Welcome back for another video. It's time for the Gameweek 10 episode of the Experts. This series consists of hundreds of participants, including a bunch of top all-time managers and content creators. Every week they share their transfer plans, captaincy, team selection and more. This wisdom of the crowd approach will guide you to better decisions and a better rank, plus win your mini leagues. If you'd like to improve your rank through valuable experts data, make sure you're subscribing. Right before we get into it, a quick thank you to Fantasy Football Scout for their continued support this season. I'm approaching my 6th year as a member. The custom data tables, ticker tool, player comparison, all essential. You don't need to sign up for a year, or the season either. If you'd like to simply try it for a month, then I suggest that first. If you search fplfocal in the members tables area, you'll find all the tables I use for my videos, which I've made public. Click the link below to try it out. The top expert heading into Gameweek 10 is Sergstar, still on top after a 92-point game week and another green arrow. His total points now at 593. Can anyone take the top spot from him? The next highest manager is Eric Basie, who's only 4 points behind at 2.3k. We'll continue to track the top ranked experts, and I'm sure we'll see a couple of exceptional seasons unfold. So let's look at the transfer activity among the experts. This game week 38% are rolling the transfer, exactly a half are making one transfer, 11% are making 2 transfers, and just 1% are making 3. In total there's just 3 experts that are actually taking a -4, and 1 manager's taking a -8. No chips active this week. So let's take a look at their top transfers, and this week Zaha's by far the most popular transfer, with 49% picking him up. Palace are home to Leeds this weekend, and long term they're top of the fixture ticker until the World Cup. We saw last game week that Maddison was the most popular transfer by the experts, and their interests have shifted to Palace, who have the Chelsea fixture out of the way now and great games ahead. For that reason, Gueye is the second most popular transfer, with 11% picking him up. Only 4.3 mil, a really cheap route into a defence that could keep plenty of clean sheets over the next 7, perfectly fine to start or have first on your bench. A few have opted for Guaita, he's also a good option as a 4.5 mil keeper from Palace. After his hat-trick, a few have picked up Trossard. He's only 1 point behind De Bruyne, who is the top scoring midfielder. However, Brighton have a mixed bag of fixtures, including Tottenham, Man City and Spurs in the next 5. James was really impressive in the Champions League with a goal, assist and clean sheet, and 4% have picked him up this week, hoping that he can translate the form across. Saka's the most popular transfer out this week. They face Liverpool this weekend and of course blank in Gameweek 12, so a transfer such as Zaha gains you an extra fixture, plus better fixtures overall. Alexander-Arnold's seen a second price drop now to 7.3 mil. He's only returned in 1 game all season and not represented the value that we thought he would. Their next 2 are Arsenal and then Man City, however he is still one to consider from Gameweek 12 when they're home to West Ham, followed by Forest away and then Leeds at home. Perhaps with Walker injured and a doubt for the World Cup, there is a glimmer of hope that he finds his way back into Southgate's plans. Interestingly, a couple of managers bought De Bruyne and a couple have sold him. De Bruyne's a real dilemma, as he is the better asset than Salah right now and better fixtures, plus cheaper, but he does blank in Gameweek 12. It's easier to navigate Gameweek 12 if you've got 2 transfers blanked or a wildcard in your pocket still, which is perhaps a disparity that we're seeing here. A very quick look at the chip usage. 87.3% have used the first wildcard, 12.7% have it left. On the subject of Gameweek 12, you feel that then, or Gameweek 13 is probably the last good opportunity to use it. There's been some discussion of a Gameweek 16 wildcard, effectively working like a free hit for 1 week, but you could easily argue the case that this reduces the potential gain from the chip. With all things considered, if you still got the chip, you could dead end your team in Gameweek 12 and then wildcard in Gameweek 13 to get City and Arsenal players back. Onto the quickest captaincy segment we'll ever do. It's hilarious having to try and find commentary for this one. I wonder if we'll ever see this again this season. For the first time ever, we have complete consensus among the experts and 100% of them are going Haaland captain. You'd say the next best option is De Bruyne, which some of them have transferred in as we saw, but you'd have to say it's very bold or possibly crazy to risk it this week. Just 45 minutes for Haaland in the Champions League this week as well, and he still managed to score 2. So he'll have had more than adequate rest before the home fixtures to Southampton. Not bad, that was about 1 minute of commentary on Haaland's 100% captaincy. Probably the wrong time to ask, but if you have enjoyed the video, please remember to hit like and make sure you're subscribing. Let's move on, and we're on to the expert team reveal. This is the aggregated team of their highest owned players, and the team is as follows. It's Pope in goal, back through of Cancelo, Trippier and James. The midfield is De Bruyne, Martinelli, Maddison and Zaha, and a front 3 of Mitrovic, Haaland and Tony. Perisic has left the team, with Gueye taking his place. It's a really well set up team, the only question mark being Mitrovic and whether he's back, and if so, whether he starts. Gueye is a perfectly adequate option to start against Leeds if required. Salah nowhere to be seen in the top 25 most owned players among the experts, which is telling. Haaland with 100% ownership, Martinelli and Trippier at 96%. We expect to see Martinelli's ownership drop now, though considering all the price rises many of us have benefited from, plus the fixtures beyond Gameweek 12, he's perhaps worth holding if possible. Alexander-Arnold, Jesus and Sanchez are the only 3 players among the top 25 which are more owned by the wider player base than by the experts. What's going to be really intriguing among the experts is how they react to Gameweek 12 for the Man City and Arsenal blanks. On the one hand, Liverpool have good fixtures, so Cancelo to Trent and De Bruyne to Salah is an option. But on the other hand, Man City is simply a much better team right now, and as soon as Gameweek 13 rolls around, we may wish we still had our City assets. As they come out the other side against Brighton, Leicester, Fulham and Brentford, 3 home games in 4. Who's to say Salah in 4 game weeks outscores De Bruyne in 3, likewise for Alexander-Arnold and Cancelo. Nonetheless, we have a couple of expert comments regarding this up next. Each game week we ask the experts to offer their insight for the game week ahead. Carl Smith says, the plan for Game Week 12 is difficult. I'm trying to get 10 good players for Game Week 12. Williams will be the 11th. There should be enough. No hits could be a huge benefit and differential. FPL analyst who's selling Martinelli for Trossard says, a week where I have no Liverpool or Arsenal. We'll look to pivot back in from Game Week 12. A monster game week of 119 points, so feeling more aggressive. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. Andrew says, with the performances of City and Arsenal so good, I'm starting to think that playing with 10 in Game Week 12 could be the better option than using 2 transfers to remove and then bring back in someone like Cancelo. I would currently bench Haaland, Martinelli and Foden. Free transfers are very valuable, and using 2 in the example above doesn't seem worth it. Jez's Juggernaut says, with no early kickoff in Game Week 10, we could get some early news for as many as 4 games, so hold off on making transfers until just before the deadline if possible. Flair Player, who's the manager on the -8, says, changing my mind to focus on 1 premium. Salah and Kane are capable of hauling, but aren't value for money if we're never going to captain them. FPL Sloppy said, I expect City to have another big week. I also fancy Arsenal to put 3+ against Liverpool. I'd like to hold on to Saka, but Game Week 12 is looming. I back Zaha to score more in the next 3 weeks, but we'll be looking to get another Arsenal attacker back in Game Week 13. Jason Fleming says, a message to fellow Salah captainers, try not to buy into the season defining and season is over rhetoric. Points and rank are so compressed and there'll be plenty of opportunities to make up the 18-point swing. On that note, probably best not to go against Haaland this week. Yav offers similar good advice and says, if you've had a bad game week last week, just stay calm, focus on this week and stay consistent. Christian says, I think Callum Wilson's a shout this game week. As long as he stays fit, he's probably one of the best options to have up front combined with a premium. I can definitely see a haul coming from him this weekend. Austin says, Mitro is made of Serbian steel. And lastly, MLK says, just captain Haaland, captaincy is dead. That concludes episode 10 of The Experts. If you found it useful, please like the video and subscribe for weekly content to come all season to improve your rank. See you soon for the next one.